What's up, everybody? Episode 46 of All You Can Hear podcast. I am one of your 5 co-hosts this week, Tanner, and with me, as per usual, I have
Colt. 1 second, that was the best kazoo blowing I've heard ever on this podcast. Not gonna lie, that was my favorite intro. I don't know about you guys.
You know the sound never changes.
It changed that time. It sounded crisp.
Did it change?
That was Colt.
My name is Wenzel, and I thought that was the worst kazoo sound of all time.
You know, I'm thinking it was the worst.
I think it's the best.
You know what? Nah, it's still bad.
I'm Cody.
It's Lil Pat.
Lil Pat this week.
Oh, we got a star.
So this week we are doing our bracket reveal for the best songs of the 2000s. Next week we will actually go through and do the whole bracket. We will make the perfect bracket. We will decide the winners. Go through each round. 64 songs made it. There was, let me get you some numbers here real quick. A total of 232 songs nominated. 64 songs made the final bracket. We received 40 ballots. So thank you everybody for nominating a ballot.
You're welcome. I did one.
Yes. And so pretty much I'm just going to go through. By the way, I'm the only person right now that knows the bracket. So Wenzel, Colt, Pat, or Cody do
Pat's
not.
eyeballing the screen. I don't know if I know about
It's okay, I can't see.
He can't see it.
Pat's blind.
Yeah, Pat's blind.
Daredevil.
Well, actually, I'm Deaf Devil, the man without hear.
Okay.
It's fucking funny.
But I'm just going to go through there's 4 quadrants. I mean, if you're familiar with March Madness,
That's really funny.
there's 64 teams. That's what this is. And yeah, just go through the songs, get some reactions from the panel, and then that's the podcast this week.
It's all ska.
Yeah. So before it's weird.
I know a perfect song we can play.
63 ska songs made the final bracket.
And Scott ended in like
The
9
Mighty
days.
Boss Tones.
Ska never dies. Ska became before reggae.
Real Big Fish.
The opening to Kablam.
Did you say ska became...
No, ska came before reggae, and that is fact.
I think you need to go back to Wikipedia.
that is
it's
fact.
true. I know that because of Bruce Green from Funhouse.
Yeah,
Shout out to that baby angel.
But the ska did come before reggae.
I'm going to have to Google this.
Okay. Anyways, so first, and then after we go through the bracket, I'll throw out a couple of just random stats. So in the upper left quadrant, and by the way, before last cock tease, I promise.
Wow. You're really just rubbing the tip, man.
Yeah. The bracket will be posted on the Twitter account at AYCH Podcast, as well as I've had to make a key because bracket making software sucks, all of it, and I wasn't paying for this.
yeah, Google Docs sucks.
You guys are right. Ska came before reggae.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't in Google Docs. I had to go out and find like a bracket making thing. But all of that will be on our Twitter account. We'll probably put that up on Tuesday. So you'll be able to find it probably in the podcast description for this podcast on Monday, and then we'll post everything officially on our Twitter on Tuesday. So you get a little sneak peek. You can a little sneak peek. And you can do everything on Monday, Tuesday, whatever. So up first, the upper left quadrant of the bracket, we have Mr. Brightside by The Killers.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good. I like it. Very good.
That's one song.
I like
It's
it.
not even the matchup.
You know what? That's it. Stop.
Mr. Brightside by The Killers versus Teenage Dirtbag.
We know who wins. We know.
Well, hold on.
We know.
No spoilers. No spoilers. Let me get through the whole quadrant, and then we can
Shut up.
then we can get through some thoughts. Fergalicious by Fergie versus Flashing Lights by
know.
Kanye West.
I don't remember that one.
Rock Your Body by Justin Timberlake versus Just Dance by Lady Gaga.
God damn, these are easy.
Yeah.
You also have to remember, like, so the Mr. Brightside versus Teenage Dirtbag, that's our overall number 1 seed versus the 64 seed. So versus the very last song.
Wait,
that got
so
in.
people
I don't know
voted for
fucking-
Teenage Dirtbag a lot?
No, Teenage Dirtbag did get a nomination.
Yeah.
But ended up being a tie. You had to siphon through it. It's a whole thing. Anyways, Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day versus Yeah by Usher.
Oh, that was hard.
Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes versus Man Eater by Nelly Furtado.
That one's hard too.
That one's hard.
Paper Planes by MIA versus Kids by MGMT.
That one's easy.
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
But it
okay.
hurts.
Never mind.
Stan by Eminem versus In the Club by 50 Cent.
Okay, bitch.
And,
Oh, fuck.
and to wrap up this quadrant of the bracket, Clint Eastwood by Gorillaz versus American Boy by Estelle featuring Kanye West. So what's our thoughts on the west region of the bracket?
It's
I don't like it.
I like that. That's pretty.
Scrap it.
It's very easy.
But that's kind of tight though.
I will say,
It's very easy.
on first glance, that may be our easiest quadrant of the bracket.
Yeah, definitely. That.
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
also know the winner of the whole thing too.
Well, maybe. There's some banger. I thought so for the longest time. Now, I will say, Mr. Brightside is our overall number one seed. They got the most nominations. It was on like 30% of the bracket or
Nice.
30% of the ballots, and it got more votes than any other song by a lot. Like the second highest voted song, which we'll see here in just a second, as the overall number 2 seed, only received 6 nominations. Mr. Brightside had double digits.
It's a classic.
I mean, it is. It is. I mean, it has to be a favorite going in to the tournament.
It is.
Yeah, I mean,
It
it's
is.
an all-time banger.
It is.
And even if you don't think you know the words to it, you know the words
No
to
matter
Mr.
what.
Brightside.
You're pretend new for fun. Yeah, they get out. I want it all.
Wow.
I like the little Spider-Man whip that Colt was doing.
Yeah, and then Cody was like dating. It was the whole thing. Okay, so
visual bits.
upper white. Upper
what did you just say, Tanner?
upper
Are you saying mostly white people submitted these songs?
no.
The upper white class.
Upper right quadrant of
What
the
are you
bracket.
saying now?
Jesus Christ. Hey Ya by Outkast, which is
That's
the
good.
2 seed, versus Never Too Late by 3 Days Grace.
Oh wow, what a matchup!
Yeah. Just wait. This things got
Oh my God! What?
things got fucky after it.
Cody's ticking so bad right now.
The face Cody just made was like
I want to describe the color.
I'm in pain.
Yeah. Okay.
like it was something like of a like an alien or a monster I seen in a movie. I can't remember which one though.
Louis Anderson.
Oh, let me get through the quadrant, please. Fireworks by Animal Collective
I don't know what that
versus
is.
I Write Sins Not Tragedies by Panic at the
That's,
Disco.
come on. Come on.
Sorry.
International Players Anthem by UGK versus Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Easy.
Oh wow,
Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson versus Work It by Missy Elliott.
Uh,
Diamonds from Sierra Leone remix, Kanye West featuring Jay-Z versus One More Time by Daft Punk.
oh, easy.
Fuck me.
What You Know by T.I. versus Hot in Here by Nelly. Stay Fly by 3 6 Mafia, which, by the way, did way better than I ever... Like, it had, like, the 5th most votes or some
Nice.
shit.
My
It was
whole bracket
crazy.
was 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah, that's true. So Stay Fly by 3 6 Mafia versus Paparazzi by Lady Gaga.
Ooh.
And Accordion by Mad Villain versus Slow Motion by Juvenile.
Oh,
And that is
shit.
the
I don't
upper
either
right
of those.
quadrant.
Those are
I-
easy.
You
Mad Villain.
fro- you-
MF
Mad Villain all the way.
Oh,
Mad Villain's
okay.
MF
I can
Doom.
obviously already tell we're going to fight next week.
Well,
Slow
what
Motion
is
is a
it I-
bang.
Mad Villain.
Mad Villain's a bang too. Accordion. It's a.
Cody, you
Where's
have no
Weird
say
Al
in
in all
this.
this? White and nerdy.
I will say, Weird Al, no Weird Al song got a single vote.
Oh, okay. I would have enjoyed. I would have enjoyed that quite a bit.
There's several songs in this category legit that I can see winning this side of the bracket, making it to the final 4. There's a lot of really good songs on that side of the bracket.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's just go to the left lower quadrant of the bracket. B.O.B. by Outkast versus Clocks by Coldplay.
Wow.
Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy versus Exhibit C by Jay Electronica. Get Low by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys versus Buy You a Drink by T.
Oh, that one's hard as fuck.
Yeah, that one's
so hard.
that one's really hard. By T-Pain.
That was
Well,
rough.
well, listen to this. Poker Face by Lady Gaga versus Promiscuous by Nelly Furtado. Jesus Walks by Kanye West versus The Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine.
That one's easy.
One Thing by
Yes, he's for
Amiri
me.
versus Jumpers by Sleater Kinney.
I don't know either. Of
Oh, hail.
Miss Jackson.
Ale.
Miss Jackson by Outkast versus Lose Yourself by Eminem. and Chop Suey.
That one's hard as shit.
That
too.
that one's pretty hard.
That one's hard.
Chop Suey by System of a Down versus A Milli by Lil Wayne.
Easy.
Here's the thing.
Lil Wayne.
The bracket just got fucky as soon as Mr. Brightside was on here. Because it was like Mr. Brightside, there was one song with 6, one song with 4, big old block of 3, big old block of 2, and then for like the last 24 seeds, I had to pick from almost 200 songs. I had another pair of eyes on it, so it wasn't just my biases. But, yeah.
Who else is watching you?
Nick Saban.
Taylor was swinging his head violently.
Yeah, I did. It kind of gave me a headache. And then finally, to close out the bracket, the lower right quadrant of the bracket. Crazy in Love by Beyonce versus 1,000 Miles by Vanessa
That
Carlton.
one's hard.
Dare by Gorillaz versus Maps by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Easy.
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 Umbrella by Rihanna versus Feel Good Inc. by Gorillaz.
Easy. Easy.
That one's hard.
That one's
That one is
hard.
hard. That one's hard. That's
easy.
hard.
Well, hold
I
on.
sing Umbrella to Gabby every day, my dog.
You don't sing Feel Good Inc. to Gabby every day?
No, because Gabriella, Ella, whatever.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay, Winslow, before you ruin the podcast, can I please...
That's Gabby the dog, not his girlfriend Abby.
Abby.
Yeah.
Okay, next. 99 Problems by Jay-Z versus Bad Romance by Lady Gaga.
Oh.
Toxic
Easy.
by Britney Spears versus The Way I Are by Timbaland.
Yeah.
Wait, go back to that one.
Toxic by Britney Spears versus The Way I
I
Are
found the hardest one in this.
by Timbaland. Pocket Full of Sunshine by Natasha Bedingfield versus Emily by Joanna Newsom.
I don't know that second one.
The Ignition remix, obviously, by R. Kelly versus Temperature by Sean Paul. And then the last
That one's hard.
game, battle, fight, war of the bracket. Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy versus Goodies by Sierra.
I don't know the second one.
You don't know Goodies. My Goodies.
Oh, that's
My
easy.
Goodies.
That's
Not
easy.
my Goodies. Okay. So what do we think about the bracket overall?
I think it's gonna be fun.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think the 64 songs on this list are really fucking good. The one thing that pops out to me, it's crazy that Lady Gaga only made music the last 2 years of the decade and has 4 songs nominated.
I mean, I kind of get that. She was the defining factor in pop music when pop music was fractured at the time period, and then Lady Gaga rises up and is like this super mega star and kind of defines it for the rest of the years.
It's wild. And the thing is, I didn't even have the chance to choose any of her songs. All her songs that made it. Excuse me, I had a burp.
Crying?
Yeah, I'm a little emotional. No, all her songs that made it were automatic walk-ins before I even touched the
They all
stuff.
have multiple votes each.
Yeah, all multiple votes each, which is wild.
What's interesting is we did this for 2010s. You know who I would think would be in the same spot? Katy Perry.
Nah.
Katy Perry, like one of her albums, literally every song on the album except for maybe 3, is a one-hit wonder. It's not one-hit wonder. It's a single.
What album are you thinking about? Because she had an album that came out in like 08 or 09.
I'm thinking. I Guess the Girl was in.
That's in the 2000s.
That was 08.
That was-
That was
That
08.
was in the 2000s, but
Which did receive a vote, by the way. Just didn't make the bracket.
the ones that did have all the votes, the one that has like all the singles on it was Teenage Dream.
Yeah.
California
Girls would definitely make it.
California
Last
Girls,
Friday night.
Last Friday night.
Probably.
What's the one with Kanye?
Probably Teenage Dream, E.T.
UFO.
Extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial.
Yeah,
E.T.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You had. I mean, most of the songs on that album
Yeah.
were.
Fuck you,
Really good,
Tanner.
yeah. But also, like, if we did a 2010s one, how many Gaga songs
Well, you got to think.
make this?
I mean, I went back and listened to "Born This Way" a few weeks ago, and it was of something.
Bop.
Like if you go back, I mean, it's weird. "Born This Way," there's a lot of songs that are really good and that they're very popular, but they're not as popular as her late 2000s ones. 2013 Gaga Art Pop, it was good, really good album, but one of her least liked. And then you have what was her recent one? Joanne.
What's up, everybody? Sorry about that we had a little audio error. The only thing you missed the last 5 minutes was we all gave out our social security numbers, debit card information, bank information, everything you want to know to steal our identity. We gave it out. I gave out ISPs, all that.
Right after we were talking about Joanne.
Yeah,
Right
right
after.
after the Gaga album. It was a very natural flow. You missed it. But so sorry about that. We won't be redoing that. Maybe you'll hear it sometimes. But yeah, so I think all 64 songs on this bracket are are pretty good and pretty recognizable too. Like on one hand, I'm a little sad there's no like real underdogs in this. Like there's no songs that like slip through the cracks of nominations, and like for some reason you got like 3 or 4 votes.
Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, the overall number one seed.
The dark horse.
Yeah, it's the true dark horse.
Not many people know about the Killers.
Now, yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Killers, but one thing Kanye West songs by far got the most nominations. Kanye West,
the most by one artist was Kanye West.
Yes. Kanye West had 11 different songs nominated, which I like Kanye a whole lot. I like Kanye a whole lot. And there was some songs that got nominated, like Gold Digger didn't even make the bracket, obviously.
Right.
Which is kind of insane because that was probably Kanye's most played song on the radio in the 2000s. by far.
When did Power come out?
20.
Could not tell you a year off the top of my head.
11, 10.
I feel like the only Kanye song I know is
like 2011.
What was it? The Coldest Story Ever Told? Whatever was that one? They had like the animated music video.
The Heartbreak.
Oh,
Heartless.
Yeah, that's it. Heartless.
It's just Heartless.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I don't know. I don't know Kanye.
But
I don't know Kanye much either.
Just to tell you some songs that missed the nominations, because obviously everything
Wizzle's
can't
eyes
make
glazed
it.
over that comment.
So Roses, and here's just some of the bigger songs that missed it. Roses by Outkast. Missed it.
Oh dang, that was a
Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani.
That
missed
pisses
it.
me off.
Oh,
That makes me
damn.
feel good.
Yeah, that missed it. Day and Night by Kid Cudi missed it, which
That's
I feel
sad.
like
That's a good
is
song.
one of the bigger songs from the end of the decade.
It's a good song.
Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg missed it.
I'm not complaining.
Rehab by Amy Winehouse missed
God.
it. Not only that, Rehab was the next to last song to get nominated.
Huh.
It was on the 40th ballot. It did not get a single nomination until ballot number 40.
you know what? Let's call out that person who nominated the 2014 song.
Yeah. My Sacrifice by Creed didn't make it. I mean, just a bunch of beggars.
Oh, did any good Creed come out in the 2000s? If not, we might have to.
The movie My Sacrifice,
That didn't
Creed,
come out
2001. It got nominated, didn't make it.
Oh God, I'm gonna start singing.
A ton
some
of Creed came out in 2000s.
The only Creed I saw in there was Arms Wide Open.
Straight through my head.
I'm trying to think what else.
I was
on here.
convinced as a young person that his voice was fake. It's like no human sounds like that when they sing.
Every singer from like the 1930s to the 1960s, I don't believe their voice is real.
No, they're robots.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, like, how can I be sure that anything that happened before I was born existed? It'd be a lie.
I mean, World War
I'm the
II
main
didn't happen.
I don't know if you
The
should
whole,
say that
the
on
whole,
the podcast.
all reality is just my perspective.
That's true. Paralyzer by Finger 11 didn't make it.
That's a good song.
Which is like the AMV song of the decade, probably.
I
I mean, Aerodynamic by Daft Punk didn't make it.
I really hope that like whip bit we had was still in there.
The Scientist by Coldplay didn't make it.
That's a good song.
I mean, there was a lot of big songs that just didn't make it, which is kind of crazy. Every door in this house is shut. I have no idea why the fucking phone is so loud. But yeah. So what I wanted to do is go through the years and how many total nominations they got. Just so out of the 232 songs nominated, how many songs came from each year. And Cody actually made a graph for it too, but you can't see that. So
I can see it. It's
yeah,
really big.
Pat can see it. It's really big. It's green. So in the year 2000, 15 songs were nominated. 2001 had 29 songs nominated. 02 had 30 songs nominated. 03 had 25 songs. 04 had 24 songs. 05 had 22 songs. 06 also had 30 songs. 07 had 22 songs, and 08 and 09 had 17 songs apiece. So the lowest year was 2000, which kind of makes sense, and then 17, and then the next lowest years were 08 and 09, which again kind of makes sense because the beginning of the decade was kind of for music, and the end of the decade was kind of for music. But it's weird how that breaks down. So I mean, on here, 2002 and 2006 had the most songs nominated, but in the end, 2003 ends up getting the most songs on the ballot. I just find it interesting how that sort of thing works out. So, like, for the lower end years, it works out like 2000 had the least amount of songs. It was tied for least amount of songs that made it on the bracket. That sort of stuff makes sense. Yeah.
I want to say that the blue bracket shows all the songs that didn't make the cut. The three peats look like three middle fingers stuck next to each other.
Yeah, it kind of does. a little bit. So the blue bracket is just which again, you can't see any of this, the percentage of songs by years that made it into the bracket. And if people are interested in this, I mean, I'll probably take off the responses just because some people would get shamed for their ballots, such as the all country music ballot.
I can make up just a data sheet.
Yeah.
And then we can post the link to it.
Yeah, so we may do that, and then also put in like just every song that got nominated.
Yeah.
Which
we may we can make a playlist for it on Spotify as well.
make a playlist for it.
I can just make up some songs you can put in there.
Yeah, I can go in Colt's room and grab a guitar and make all his Gundam boxes.
By the way, let me tell you what happened to me with those Gundam boxes. So I put up shelves in Colt's room for his Gundams. Colt got into this really fucking crazy thing where he builds Gundams now, and so we decided to put up some shelves that we had got him a few years ago because we forgot to put them up. I put them up for him, and while he was out of his room, I was like, man, I never noticed that guitar there. I'm going to try to play it. I went to go pull the guitar and noticed the wall of Gundam boxes that almost fell on me. I proceeded to push it back as best as I could, which it was still wobbly. So I set you up, Tanner.
I mean, it's fine. Because here's the thing. After Colt, because that happened while we were streaming on Tuesday, I made all the Gundam boxes fall. And as soon as we ended, Colt went over there to fix it, and then they collapsed again. I was like, well, bye. And then I just left. I was like, have fun with that. And yeah, I just left.
I was wondering because I asked him, I was like, "Is this Gundam new?" And he's like, "No, it's always been there, but it was probably on the bottom."
It was probably on the bottom, yeah. So I mean,
I put the ones I haven't built on the top. It's my whole system.
Cole has spreadsheets and everything. So yeah, that's the bracket where I'm excited for. I think it's a good bracket. I'm interested to see what we choose because what we're going to end up doing is for the first round, for all these first round matchups. And by the way, the whole playthrough is going to be on next week's podcast, where we're going to go from 64 songs to crown the best song of the 2000s. Is what we're doing next week.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we're going to go from 64 to 32,
Thanks.
64 to 32 to 16 to 8 to 4 to 2 to 1. The round of 64 is going to be all consensus, and then from there on out, it's going to be majority. So there's going to be people who get really pissed off, really mad, and it's going to be a lot. If you listen to the AYCH awards, it's going to be a lot like that.
I was about to say, like, I kind of hope it isn't, but it's probably going to be like that.
It's going to be a lot like that. There's going to be some vinegar thrown around.
Yeah.
There's going to be some.
I'm bringing some salt and vinegar chips.
Pepper spray.
You're bringing what?
Salt and vinegar.
Oh,
chips.
please.
Mayonnaise?
There's gonna be some. There's gonna be some.
People leaving mad that night.
Yeah, people will leave mad. There's gonna be
taquitos
some.
and ass.
Yeah,
am I right?
That wasn't even on that. There's gonna be some near automata moments where some people get really mad.
Let's get that again. Near Abadabaga.
I said automata. I said it right.
He said Tabata.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah, near ominous is
Omniscience.
Donald Glover.
Almond Raw.
Yeah. Olives are raw. You're right.
Olive Garden.
Yeah. Who wants to go to Olive Garden?
Bone apt to teeth.
Oh, well, I was gonna say those. Everybody at home, make sure to print these out, and do your own brackets. So
I actually do have a printable version of this.
and then submit them. Or no, wait. Actually, do it online. Submit them, and then you'll get $100,000 award.
But make that promise.
Again, here's the fun thing. So bracket software hasn't caught up to the NCAA bracket software, or 64 item brackets are very big. No way to get it on one sheet of paper. So it's 2 sheets of paper. But the way I split it up, it's the top half of the bracket on one sheet, bottom half on the second sheet. So if you want to print it out or just do it online and use some simple editing
Can you
software.
do it sideways,
What do you mean? Can you do it sideways?
like landscape?
No, that didn't work. It was
Oh,
no.
can you-
Then it just got cut off.
Can you do a 3D version?
That was what I was about to say. That's what I just said.
Let's
Fuck.
recreate the bracket in VR and you fill it out in VR.
I'm okay with this.
But so yeah, that's going to be the podcast next week. It's probably going to be a bit of a longer one. I'm very excited for it.
Ready to just fucking die.
Yeah. So any last words on the bracket before next week?
Can I nominate that 2014 song again?
Yes.
Wait, what was the 2014?
I don't remember. I deleted the ballot because it pissed me off so much. I was like, it very clearly says in the fucking Google form, best songs of the 2000s.
Anybody whose ballot we didn't like, go ahead and throw their handles out now so we can harass them.
At Winsy Wilkie.
Oh, dang it! Beat his ass.
That was The most country. Did you
Code
hear
off
how
11.
country Pat got?
That's,
He would
that's,
bite his ass.
that's his true inside self.
God, Colt D88 bracket sucks. Somebody just put Cody, so
Who is that?
At Cody.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna give my fucking Twitter handle to you, shithead. Why would I do that?
yeah. Cody 30 seconds from out. You can follow me on Twitter at. But yeah, so that's next week. So I'll just roll on with plugs.
All right, Colt, you take it from here.
Don't explain with your weird, your spinny thingy.
Oh God, don't mess with that. Why would you do that
Cody
now?
did this. Cody did this on the
The
podcast, a while
podcast
ago.
was almost over.
Oh my god, the podcast is crazy.
That's
guys.
so bad.
This is like the Eric Andre of podcasts.
No, it's not.
So off
Not
the
yet.
cuff. So off the
not.
cuff.
Wait,
It's off the
not.
cuff. It's off the cuff.
What if I were to put this somewhere?
Don't put that in your ass.
I'd say put it up.
The dishwasher.
Tanner's nervous I'm gonna break his stuff.
Well, it's not mine. I'm more nervous because here's the thing: I wouldn't get mad if that got broke because it serves no purpose. Mom would automatically notice as soon as she walked in. She'd be like, "What the fuck? Somebody's gonna die. I have to kill you." now."
Tanner's mom is very fond of knickknacks. Don't go breaking
That
them.
is true. That's
or putting
also
them in
true.
bodily orifice.
I see so many knickknacks.
There's a lot of knickknacks. It's a knickknack house.
And none of them belong
The
to your
house is
ass.
actually built out of
Knack?
of copies of Knack that weren't sold.
If you rip off the wallpaper.
Yeah.
Or the paint.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob where with
the diapers?
Yeah, the diapers.
Yeah.
It's that, but with Knack. Yeah.
I
So
would rip open your wall.
But they all stink.
yeah, it smells like shit, but it's just Knack. Thanks everybody for listening to the best songs of the 2000s bracket reveal. You can follow.
I just like to imagine all of your shits in the wall.
You could.
It's cheaper than asbestos.
It is. It's called Knack. You can follow us on Twitter at AYCH Podcast. You can listen to this podcast, which you're doing right now if you got this far, on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. Leave us rating, reviews, subscribe, do all that good stuff. All You Can Hear podcasts. Obviously, you can follow us on Instagram, AYCH Podcast. You can follow us on twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear. Colt and I finished Yakuza 0, so no idea what's happening next. I know Colt and Winslow are talking about doing something in a couple weeks, but I'm thinking this week and maybe for the next 2 weeks.
Wow, way to name drop me.
Boom! There's a name drop for you. Who here knows Winslow? One person in the back. Hey, that's me. And it's Winslow.
Clapping for Wendell.
Yeah.
Wendell then runs back up. Well, how'd you run that fast?
That's the fastest I've ever
Just
seen.
know there's a
anybody-
whole system I call the Wenzel system. It's
Yeah,
pretty complicated.
It's
and
a whole
big.
thing. There's a whole Winslow conference. I don't know.
Are
if
there
you guys know
multiple
that.
Winslows?
There's a Wenzel society. There's Wenzel laws.
Yeah, it's a
Stay tuned for WinzCon 2018.
it's a fucking mess.
I have an announcement. I'm a Wenzel.
Oh yeah, we just got his. He just got his Wenzel nationality.
My name
Can I do
is-
the fucking plugs?
No. I gotta say my name. It's Clinzel.
Yeah.
What a god-awful name.
Whenever you
Wenzel.
get Wenzel citizenship, you got to change your name with Enzel at the end. That reminds me, at Chick-fil-A today, I thought I heard my name called, but it was a guy. His name was Denzel, and the woman was like Denzel, and I went to go up there, and she's like Denzel. I was like,
Okay.
Wait, does this mean we get to make our own wind sonas?
Oh god.
Oh, mine would be better as Colenzel. My foot's scraping the chair.
Don't, dude. I thought you
Okay.
killed a fucking duck.
I'm Codenzel.
Hold on. Anyways,
Colenzel.
you
Colin.
shut up.
Pat Pretzel. You're Pretzel.
Where does it get the R? Rick.
We rearranged a few things, but it works.
I'm Tinsel. Okay.
But he likes Christmas.
Yeah, which is Tinsel, which is close enough, I guess.
What's yours, Wenzel?
Wenzel.
Well, Wenzel.
Yeah.
It's just Wenzel with Wenzel written on top of it.
Would
Yeah.
you say Witten?
He said Witten on top of it.
Everyone speaks in double woos.
it's like the
hello, Wenzel.
Hello.
Community.
it's like an accent.
That's how you do it in Winstralia.
What the fuck? Hello, everybody.
We hope he enjoys the Winds cast, everybody.
Welcome to All You Can Wenzel. Anyways, you
Drops
follow-
on SoundCloud every Wednesday.
Make sure to
No.
click the follow
I'm
button.
taking over. My influence is spreading.
Anyways, follow us on twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear. We're probably going to stream some Dragon Ball or some Monster Hunter or something this week. It's going to be fun. And you can follow me on Twitter at 101495. Y'all got to wrap it up now.
Want you to do the other plugs?
Yes, I did 25 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, there's a huge. No, go ahead.
I'm Colt. You can follow me on Twitter at Colt88. Send me pictures of your dog, but Wenzel.
That's me. You can follow me on Twitter at WinzyWilkie, and you can follow my art Instagram at World of Winsy.
My name's Cody, and you can follow me at CODDOC11. That's CODDOC11 on Instagram and Twitter. I would just like to ask everyone to tweet at us and tell us who would play us in a movie. What famous actors would play us in a movie?
Fantasy Cast, the AYCH movie.
Pat, you go ahead.
And this is Pat. You can follow me online at Twitter and Instagram at John Lost His Name. You can follow my art on Facebook at John Lost His Name Art.
Send us your Wenzel personas.
Liquid Swords.
I don't.
End the podcast.